Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. We've got an unboxing of the Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn Ash figure from 112 Collective and Mezco. They're wrapping up the year with a flurry of releases. We've got a whole bunch coming at you, and this was timed perfectly for the Halloween season. We've been looking forward to this. Ash is a favorite character of ours, appearing in so many movies and television shows, and actually comic books as well, with a great mix of horror and comedy. Well, it's just tons of fun. We can see on the back of what we're going to expect, we see a sawed-off shotgun, the Book of the Dead. Really wouldn't be a thing without the Book of the Dead. A Deadite head and possessed hand, 2 alternate heads, and 4 interchangeable hands. And then, of course, we've got the chainsaw arm as well. So we're going to open up, we're going to show off what's inside, and see if the weight is worth it for this figure. Alright, Mezco uses their kind of generic black boxes. Totally fine. Nothing too crazy as far as the packaging when it comes to that. The days of the paneled boxes is over, it would seem. Alright, let's see if we got anything in the back. Looks like it's pretty standard. Nothing too special there. And let's look at the figure itself, though. Got everything packed nice in the box. Of course, the Evil Dead 2 stand underneath. But before we get into all the accessories, let's look at the figure itself. Immediately, lots of detail as far as I'm concerned. We're going to do our usual test to see how easy it is for the figure to stand up. See, ooh, went down. We might have a trouble one here. Alright, now he's standing up. And the figure's looking really good. Some solid detail to him. Really well done on the initial look. But before we get to that part, I always like to do the test of the figure itself as far as joints. Foot goes side to side. It's not looking like it's going up and down, though. This is definitely a different joint than we've seen before. Got a knee joint, pretty standard one. Hip seems to be pretty standard. The arm, I think, is pretty standard. It's stiff. There is a bend here, but I don't want to really push it. It's very, very stiff. Wrists seem to be pretty standard as far as that. We got the head, a normal swivel. The arm's really interesting in that it's not moving a whole lot. None of the arm is. It's really, really stiff. There's definitely a joint there, but some trouble moving it. And then we got swivel at the upper torso, but it doesn't move back and forth like we've seen with some of the other figures lately. So body looks a little bit different than we've seen before, mostly at the ankles. Ooh, there's some twist. There's a lot more twist, I think, than I've seen. I don't think we've really seen that before. Alright, let's go look at the details here. Of course, boots have lots and lots of detail. They look great. We get some laces. We get the little metal things to wrap the laces around. What are the proper terms of that? Of course, we got the treading underneath. So boots, fantastic detail. The pants look like kind of Dockers to me. Done really well. They look like, doll pants. Belt has some great detail. You can see the belt holes. There's multiples of them. You can see the belt loop going all the way around. And then we get the shirt is where things really start picking up. Of course, we got the torn shirt. It's actually sewn to the pants, which is an interesting thing. You can see a little bit of wounds underneath on his chest. The straps all the way around for him to carry various items. That detail's looking pretty good. And then his face all jacked up with some various scars and markings there. So the details of the figure are really top-notch. That is awesome, fantastic, looks great. Now the thing we, of course, are going to want to do, and I know you all want to see, is how's he looking? That. Like any hand accessory that they've got, fits on perfectly, easily, goes right over. The detail's great. The blood gore is on the chainsaw, looks really cool. The chainsaw itself looks worn, which is solid. Really nice detail. I mean, it's subtle, but really good looking. Let's go through some of the other stuff. Of course, we've got his boomstick, a little shotgun action. Not as much detail as we might expect with this. We've seen other guns elsewhere with a lot more detail. I think the barrels are pretty, you know, they might have been able to do a little bit more detail, but this could have been the way the gun is. It's fairly flat on top, and the barrels don't have a lot of delineation between them, but that could have been the actual gun itself. You know, there's a little bit of a trigger. There's some rivets, it looks like. So overall, like, not bad. Just not great as far as details. Fits right in his back. No problem. See what else we got here. Of course, we got the book right there. Don't open up. Don't say certain things. Really solid detail. Actually, coloring kind of looks like poo. I got the DVD box of this with a nice little squishy thing, and it looks a lot, you know, a lot like that. You know, maybe there could have been a little bit of coloring to make the mouth and the eyes stand out a little bit, but detail's really solid. The question I have is, does it fit in the hands? And it kind of looks like it might. Does pretty well. So there's the book in hands. So it fits well in the hands. It looks like they're designed to hold the book. I'm not saying its name. I really don't feel like, you know, unleashing horrors. So that looks really good as a nice little addition. Of course, we've got the hand, the infamous hand, give him the middle finger, all kind of rotted and looking gross. Some gore on the bottom. Really good detail there. I don't know how well we can get this to focus close up there. It's a nice little addition. And we've got a few heads to show off. Got, of course, Deadite head. Lots of detail there. The eyes look fantastic. The teeth look awesome. The depth of the mouth is fantastic as well. Looks really, really cool. I mean, this is a great accessory. Tons of detail on it. You can see the neck. You can see the hair. Like, it just... Lots and lots of detail. This is a solid, solid piece and accessory. So that's really cool. That's a great addition. A lot of detail on it. Looks really good. I don't know if any of the hands could hold it, but, well, whatever. And then we've got two faces, two different heads to go on Ash. The first one is him looking a little possessed. Eyes look great, teeth look great. I mean, the detail's fantastic on this. Easily goes on. Just really, really solid. I think the details on this figure is fantastic. Every little piece is good. Right now, the only thing I've got issues with is probably the shotgun. I think the shotguns could use a little bit more detail, and I think that's also partially because everything else is so detailed, it actually stands out a little bit as to being undetailed. And then we have an alternate head, gushing a little blood. A little blood all over on top, pouring down. Giving his kind of look that you'd expect from Ash. Again, great detail. Overall, like, solid figure. This is one that's all about the small details, the gore, the painting, the ripped shirt. Really good. Really cool. Top-notch stuff. Really liking this. I think this is a great pickup from 112 Collective. You can go get this. We'll try to hook you up with some links. These obviously are really hard to get usually once they are out, but we'll see what we can do for you. Now, if you're into 112 Collective, you can check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We get all the news and, of course, these reviews and more over there. Now, if you're into toys, you can check us out as well. And if you're especially into comics, check us out at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy. Until next time, play with your boomstick and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.